Just because you suffer from trauma doesn't make you weird. Kawan Raw is more than a podcast. It's a space to be real. It's a space to talk about life, growth, mental health, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Because none of us should have to go through this alone. So come as you are. Let's talk, let's learn, let's heal, and let's grow together.
Even Georgia. So when I ask about this Brooklyn experience, I want you to talk about what you see from your neighborhood, from the blocks that we lived on. What did they teach you? What did they show you? Like, you know, we very much have our first classrooms at home with mommy and living amongst our siblings. But once you go outside, that's like you in the second grade now.
Yeah.
You got a lot to learn. You got a lot to keep up with. You got a lot to discover. What is it that these experiences from being on each of one of these blocks, or all of them in together, that you took with you? Like, all right, this is who I am. Like, this is what I know that I'm a part of. This is what I should be doing.
So one of the things what stuck with me is where we had the big brothers. What the ones that was the big brothers was the neighborhood. I call those the neighborhood heroes, where it was all right for them to go punch us in our chest if we doing something we not supposed to be doing, and then run back and tell our parents, and then be like, "Mom, look," and then mom like smack you, and then be like, "Why would you do that?" And then it's like you getting a double ass whooping.
Can't say he hit me. He hit you for what?
So those are the disciplinary things that, you know, I like the most, because we had the structure, but it was only so much a single parent could really do for a bunch of kids that was coming up by itself. And, you know, I take it as it's a good thing when I look back at it, because it taught us discipline, it taught us independency,
accountability,
motivation, hustle. You know, those nights where you didn't see your mom because she was working, and we kind of had to figure it out by ourselves, where now we all amongst ourselves, we raising ourselves, and we going through it, and we doing things we not supposed to be doing, and we doing things we supposed to be doing.
Next thing you know, one of the neighborhood heroes come through that door like, "Hey, what y'all doing?"
So I enjoyed that the most, because it actually showed love. It actually showed unity. It actually showed that a community can come together and raise the upcoming youth. And that's one of my mottos that I try to teach now, is to be able to be that person where a kid could come to me and tell me what's going on, if he needs something, give a handout, or even just pointing the kid in the right direction to do what he need to do. So me, Crown Heights, I love it. If I could go back, I'll do it again. And all the family that we did create there, they a lifetime family, no matter ups and downs, no matter if I ain't seen them in 5 years, I'm always going to tell you I love you, I appreciate you. And, you know, those are one of the things that I like.
Yeah. So your Brooklyn experience, of course, is very similar to mine. We grew up in the same household up until ages 19 and 20. I want you to think about a negative experience. Like when you hear the words crabs in a barrel, what does that mean to you? A part of your Brooklyn experience, because, you know, it wasn't always peaches and cream. Like everything wasn't always developmental, cultivating. And it was a lot of innovation, and some of it good, some of it bad. So when you hear those words, what do you think? Crabs in a barrel.
Crabs in a barrel, that's tough. That's, for me, that crabs in a barrel is a lost mentality. I feel like it's the youth leading the youth. It's the adults leading the adults in a bad way, where we not holding each other accountable. We not pushing each other. We not growing. It's just we comfortable with being comfortable. And sometimes comfortability is
stagnancy, like you said earlier. Yeah.
And that's the self-killer of drive at all costs. And people, I want, not only for myself, because there's times I do get comfortable too, but I want people to understand that uncomfortability is I can't preach it enough, that it's the best thing that a person could ever go through, because that's the times where you'll see where you are your strongest the most. And like I say, crabs in a barrel, growing up when you lost and you trying to figure it out, and it's 5 of us, we all the same age, figuring it out. There's no supervision there.
Mm-hmm.
Where we gonna go with that?
You don't know who the snake is.
And then we got the neighborhood heroes, and then we got the grandmothers in the window yelling and screaming, "Hey, stop, y'all don't do that." I'm telling, I'm telling Missy, and we got to figure it out. And those are one of the things that I say is the crabs in the barrel, because again, we was lost, and we wasn't lost, but we was trying to figure it out because we didn't have that structure. That's where a lot of people, and even where my childhood is, that with the structure, we needed that the most. And we did have those few people who came by and was like, I'm gonna go the extra mile and make sure that Missy got everything she needs, so that way she don't have to rush back home from working a 16-hour shift at the nail salon and telling us, oh yeah, I'm coming. One more customer. By the time you look up, it's 2-3 in the morning.
Everybody half asleep.
And she come home with food and we happy. So those are one of the things that I say is big. Okay. And it's a good memory where I enjoyed it because it was the uncomfortability and I had to figure it out. And that's my thing. I appreciate that.
So speaking of your memories, was there a moment in your childhood that shaped your personality to who you are today? One specific moment that you remember.
One specific moment that shaped my childhood?
Or no, shaped your personality. A moment from your childhood that you live out today.
Oh, you know, it's crazy. This is a perfect one too, because I always tell myself this. So when I get tired and I start getting to the point where I get cranky, that's my body telling me that, yo, you need to take a break, because I don't have a limit on tiredness. So I might be running myself 24 hours for the next 5 days straight. But the one thing that shaped me now, and even through my childhood and work and real life, is when I think of it, and to see my mother to be able to do this and have 9 kids and still not complain, that's where it's like, oh nah, I'm gonna be a punk ass 40 hours a week. I'm tired, 80 hours. Like, think about it. You got kids, and you in a space where all of your kids is in a space where they healthy, they going through their life, but they successful at whatever they put their mind to. They hustlers, they motivators, and we're not in jail. None of us is dead. God forbid. Sorry, I should say. And that's just, we can't complain. Like, for me to be tired, it's an understatement, because when you think about it, remember those nights we sitting up 5 days, just no guidance, but my mother is trying to do it, but she can't do it by herself. So to see her tired and still wake up and like, yo, let's go. You go your ass to school. What you complaining for? You sick? So those are one of the things I say, that never get tired, but also take the breaks when you need to take the break, because you don't want to overwork yourself, but also appreciate the times where, like you say, don't get too comfortable after your meal. Learn how to let the food digest and then keep going. Because if you idle, you get tired, you get the itis. Yeah.
The idle mind is a very, very dangerous place to be. So you mentioned unsung heroes, like the other mothers in the neighborhood, mentors, even your coaches and the elders.
Yeah.
What did those welcoming hands do for you? You say we at home with each other, our older siblings, all 8, 9 of us. Mommy's at work. Then we have these people in our neighborhood playing a role in parenting. I feel like we were the last generation to have that, to have a society help raise with the parents. Now it's completely absent.
I feel like it showed unity. I said it showed love for sure. Tough love for sure. Tough love. It definitely showed. It showed love. It showed the way, I could go and take a little time to myself and go out to eat and know that my kids is gonna be safe, because I know I got a neighborhood behind me, no matter right or wrong. And those are one of the things, is the unity, the love, especially the tough love. But
okay, so back to mommy. She was never taking no for an answer.
No.
She used to say it, we used to see it, and she breathed it, she lived it. So for one thing, for sure, mommy has always been a hustler.
True.
And hustling to survive is different than learning how to hustle just because you're bored. Yeah.